Okay, today we're just going to go through a little bit of an exercise that I've just done. I've actually just put up an event, gone through the process of identifying a target market. Now, do you hear businesses out there say, oh, we don't use Facebook for business, okay? 85% of the population is on Facebook. That's where your customers are. What tends to happen is the reason why they don't use Facebook is just generally because of the amount of time that people spend on there. But you don't have to spend a long time on it. Now, a lot of you are on LinkedIn. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at identifying a target market to actually boost a post, is what it's called. So we put up an event on Facebook. We're going to actually show you how quickly you can go through and identify and get that Facebook post on your target audience's screen. Okay. What I'm going to look at is when I looked at my posts in LinkedIn, I went through and there was one here that had about the diffusion of innovation, but this is what I'm interested in down here. 427 views. Now what that means is that it went on the news feeds of 427 people. But basically LinkedIn, in the same way that Facebook, will actually put things in your news feed. 50 of the people had the title corporate trainer. So that tells me what my market is. So how we're going to use this information is we're going to go over to Facebook now and Facebook Insights. So if you don't know what Facebook Insights are, this is why you need to actually do some training in it. Here we have, this is Brisbane where I'm based. Now it says that on the Facebook Insights, the first thing that is when you select location, which I've put in there already, 1 million to 1.5 million active people on Facebook every month. What are they? 53% women, 43% men. Most of the people in this age range are the ones that say, oh, I don't use Facebook. Back to the training and what we're looking at. So we identified that we got corporate trainers is what our market is. They're the people that LinkedIn, as a professional website, sees it, that's where they should put it. So we're going to go over here to interest and we're going to type in corporate trainer. Click that. There we go. You'll notice immediately what's happened is that's reduced the number there as well. But what it's also done is, if you have a look up here, 75% of corporate trainers are women in Brisbane. Now that mightn't seem like a lot of the population, but have a look at the age group here, 25 through to 54. Why do we do that? Okay, well, let's have a look at if we have the second most one, salesperson. Okay, so let's click just sales, and what? Oh, there we go, the guys are back. And you can see a broad spread. These are the Facebook averages, and this is that interest group, whether or not it's above or below the Facebook averages. Let's get rid of the sales, because we just want to focus on the corporate trainers. So we're back to 75% women between 25 to 35. What you can do is you can go in and see what pages they like. These are the top category. This is going to tell me what their interests are. Education, open colleges. Now, why is that of interest to me? Have a look at this. 5 people from open colleges viewed your post. Okay, so that basically confirms the 2 lots of insights that we've got in regards to what's happening with your market there. Okay, it's not just a matter of people picking stuff out of there and they say, well, how do you know what's going on with your target markets? Okay, it gives you an idea of what they're looking at there. So you do get some insights into the market from there. What we're going to do is we're going to go down and we're going to have a look at, well, what are the interests here? So what I'm just going to do is just control click on these. You can't see it, it's opening it up in a new tab now. I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure that I've liked all of those pages, because that's going to provide relevant information. When people click on my personal page now, they're going to see that I've actually got an interest in all of these sites. It's not coincident. It's basically, this is how you do it these. Here's an event that we've actually done. Now, the event is on Eventbrite. What it is, this is the Trainer Professional Development webinars that we're doing. So you can click online, go to Eventbrite, or just come to our Facebook page. What we're going to do, we're actually going to boost this event. So I'm just going to quickly go through and show you how you do it. Now, you don't just go in there and they talk about boosting events. You have options that you can do. So we've got, do we want to increase ticket sales or do we want to reach more people? What happens when you click on reach more people is you'll see that the button down here is changing. So that's about getting people to go. We want to actually sell the webinar. So what we're going to do is put increase tickets, and it says get tickets, and it takes them to the Eventbrite website. So we can also see a preview of how it looks on the mobile newsfeed. What I want to show you now is we're going to come down to this. There's certain things. Now, first thing is I don't want to spend 23 bucks on advertising. Okay, so I'm going to put in the minimum. Then I'm going to select audience 2. Now, what audience 2? It's people living in Queensland, Australia. So when I come down, it says that there's 830,000 people living in Queensland. that this ad could go on their newsfeed. Now, out of that, it's estimated that I'm only actually going to go on the news feeds of 1,100 to 2,800 people, and that's in up until the 1st of the 8th. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so basically the first webinar is on the 3rd, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to do a more target, but that's only going to cost me $8, so it's basically $1 a day. The issue that I've got is that it's going to go onto a bunch of news feeds, people that aren't probably relative to me, and what I want to do is I want to target it a bit more into a specific area. So you can see here I've already set up an audience which is Caboolture trainers, so within 10 miles, 15 kilometers of Caboolture. So you can see now that this has actually dropped down to 7,000. So we're still going to get it on about 1,800 newsfeeds. So we're talking, that's a pretty good percentage. So, and particularly when they're in a local area, that's going to create more awareness in that particular local area, rather than the minuscule percentage when there was 800,000. So this has just been a quick exercise here with Trainer PD to go through and do it. You can see that it's basically taken about 10 minutes. That's all you need to spend on Facebook when you've got boosts, and that's when you've got posts that are already up there, you've got events that you already do. The time comes, you might spend an hour a week setting up your events and everything else, and then all you've got to do is jump on and just quickly go through and do that, and that's how you advertise on Facebook. You don't need to be spending hours and hours on a day. Now, you can see when you go onto your Facebook page that there's different things you can do. You can go through a whole bunch of stuff now where you can share a photo, you can advertise your business, you can create an offer, you can start a live video, you can get sign-ups to your website or to whatever you're doing, you can get messages from people, you can help people find your business, and you can create events. Okay, we've already created the event, which is the one that we're promoting. So you can jump on, like us on Facebook, make sure when you click like there, trainerpd.com, like our page, keep up to date with what's going on. All I'm going to do now is go through, and I'm going to go through and like all those pages so that when I do get interest from people, and people tend to comment and they click on my profile and check me out, they see that I have a lot of common interest from, and I'll probably get some friend requests that way. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.